Hi, Julie Torrens here. I have the paper that I bought to compare to my Amazon Basics watercolor paper. This is I can't say it, Watercolor. And maybe you all have heard of this paper. I never have until I saw it on Amazon. I pulled two sheets out and they are 12 by 9. And I'm going to fold it in half. One of the things that I noticed about this paper when I was comparing it was that it is thinner. So I am folding it for the very first time, but I had a feeling just by feeling it, I'm going to hit it with the bone folder, that it would fold. And I'm not getting any cracking. So I think we're going to be fine. And we're going to make some paper doll flip tags. Now, this is, what did I say, 9? So they're going to be 4.5 inches tall. Do I have that right? Yeah, they're 4.5, which I think goes great in a journal. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this about in 4s, and I'm going to be cutting the top off. So I'm just using regular pencil and about in half. So then between here and here, about in half, and between here and here, about in half. So we're doing a watercolor project, but we're also doing something that's going to be helpful in our journals. Okay, you want to save room for hair, at least a finger space, maybe 2. So I'm just going to put the ovals for the heads, just to give myself, and they don't have to be identical at all, but just to give myself a little guideline. And if it turns out that the pencil lines show, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Okay, so you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to give them some throats or necks. And that's just going to help me kind of know where their clothes begin. Well, that's a little strange. All right. So I was thinking, should I put washi tape on? No, it's going to be fine. I have my metallics. This is Paper Fashion. They don't make it anymore. But if you have some metallics or if you have some shimmers, get them out. Let's play. And I am just going to hit them with a little bit of spray. I just use an old hair products bottle. And then I've got my fan. So here we go. All these colors. Mine is from Superior, but use whatever paint you have. Now, it's practically impossible for me to have everything in frame and then you can still see anything. But I'm just going to use watercolor to make their bodies, to make their clothes. So I thought I would make one in more warm colors. So I'm going to pull open. These are kind of sorted in warms and cools. And this is kind of the neutrals. And I'm just setting it right up here. I've got a variety of watercolor pencil or watercolor brushes. And let's just see where we go. I'm going to start with a big brush. This is my number 10. Getting it wet, dab, dab on the paper towel. And I'm going to start with a yellow. I don't know the names of these colors. I'm getting a little more water. And activating it a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little shoulder on each one. There. That will help me too. And I just wet my brush some more, but I didn't add any more pigment. And I'm just putting some yellow. Little water, dab, dab. Okay, good. I'm going to grab kind of a, I don't know, I would call it an English red kind of a color, I'm guessing. Yeah, pretty close. And a little more water, a lot more water, no more paint. Right off to the edge. You want to go all the way to the edge, and you want to go above their shoulders, because anything, I'm grabbing another color, I'm grabbing orange. Anything that doesn't belong, we're just going to cut off. So it's fine. A little more orange down here. Get a little more water. And yeah, it's curling a little bit. I'm going back into what I called an English red. Now I'd like, if I can, to not get paint inside, but if I do, it is not a tragedy. But I'm just going to be a little careful if I can. Now I'm going into a tan color, kind of a neutral. I'm going to go ahead and open this because it so much wants to warp, which is totally natural. And now I feel like I can get all the way to the bottom. I went back into the tan and not worry about getting it on the inside. Get some more of that English red. And I think you can see. All right, just water. And I'm giving it all a little rub. I'm going back into the yellow. I don't think it's the same yellow, but I want to get some yellow in a few other places. And a little water. Okay, good. Now I'm going to go into my, what do you call these? These are the pearlescents. And this one gives off kind of a pinkish, reddish, but I would consider it a warm vibe. But it's mostly a white pearl. And I am just going to put some lines. I'm going to rinse, get some more of that paint. And it's just going to have some shimmer here, there, here, there. The shimmers, at least in this set, show up more when it's dry. And I think that's because the mica floats to the top. This is gold, just a plain gold. And I'm going to just give it a little more water. That was giving it nothing. And I'm going to grab another, this is just a Sharpie. There we go. Just some splatters. I'm trying to not get it on their faces, but if it does, not worrying. Okay, good. Now, putting down the big brush, I'm going to get a smaller brush. And I'm gonna give them some hair, and I'm gonna give them some face color. So I'm just going into this tan and adding a little water to it. And this color is fine for a face color, I think. Faces are all colors. Okay, I'm just touching the English red, adding it to that, and going real watery. Needs more tan. It just turned red. There, that's good. Let's see what this does. Fine. Good. I'm just going to keep that color. And I'm going to put a little bit on the side of her face, like it's cheeks. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to that color. And I'm going to make another face. Good. And her face, this one got a little dark at the bottom because the pigment just settled. I'm grabbing that. I'm grabbing some pigment from here, and I'm going to use that right over here. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to set this aside, let it dry. And I need to move it. I don't want it just right up against the carpet. Okay. All right, same thing. Ooh, got some paint on this side. That's okay. Let's just wipe this up just a touch. You don't mind. Okay, good. Fine. All right. Now, folding this one. Good. Bone folder. We know we just had it. Did I put it where it belongs? I did. Just giving it a good crease. Use what paper you have. All right, we've got a few splatters here, no problem. I am going to half, and now oval, kind of an oval, throat, All right, now I'm going to just take these paints and put these out of my way, and now I'm going to go with the cooler colors. And again, I've got some neutrals here. Big brush. And this time I'm going into a blue color. And I'm just going to do the same and just kind of suggest a bit of a shoulder. Good. And now let's get the blue going. Going into a different blue. This one's more of a ultramarine blue. Nice. Let's go into a green. It's a pretty leaf green, isn't it? And I'm going into a totally different blue again. I had a little splatter there, and I'm just rubbing it out. And I think that's the one I had. Right off the edge. I'm going to go ahead before it starts to really want to curl and give it an open up. And I'm going into kind of a teal, or I guess it's really more green than teal. Just water. Moving around what I got. And I got a little something there, and I'm rubbing it out. There we go. And I'm going to end with another green. I just got a little more water. That's kind of a Kelly green or a grass green, isn't it? Let's get some water. Okay, I'm liking this. Just bringing this up a little bit in case in case I wish it was higher. I'm going to go into the yellow of the shimmery paints. And I'm just giving it a go. Here, there, here, there. Went into the gold. I like gold with green. Into different gold. Nice. Okay, looking good. Some splatters. I want splatters, but I want more blue. So I'm going into one of the blues. Gives it some texture. All right, rinse. Get my smaller brush, and I'm just going into that same face color that I was using earlier. I don't even remember what the combination was, but I am putting a face color here. I'm going to add a touch of yellow. Put a face color here. Good. I'm going to add a little touch. No, that's nothing. Touch of brown. And whatever's in that plate, last one. Making sure I've got some kind of color on those throats. All right. I'm setting this one aside, grabbing the first one. Okay. Where are we at with drying? Pretty wet. That's fine. Got my small brush here. And I'm going into a brown color. And I'm just going to work I want to make sure it's not too dark. It's not. Because I want it to show, but I don't want it to obliterate. And I'm just going to put some hair all the way to the top because that's where our hinge is going to be. Just like that. And I'm putting it across her head for some bangs. And we're gonna draw in some detail. I'm just gonna lift a little paint where the pigment wants to settle. All right, next one. I'm going into kind of a yellow ochre color. And I'm gonna give her just a little bit like this in the front. And now a big bun. You could put hats. You can put whatever you want. Good. All right. I'm going to go into a yellow. And I'm just going to stipple. All the way down to her shoulders. And now I'm going to grab maybe that brown that I just used. And I'm stippling again. Just dot, 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 dot. All the way down. Nice. Okay. This last one. Well, let's see. Let's get I'm moving things around so I can get to the oranges. And let's make this one a little redhead. Boy, have I got a lot of water on the ferrule. All right, let's. More texture. All the way up. She's got quite the hair going. I don't mind the white spaces. Okay, I'm going back into this kind of an ochre color. I don't want too much water, and I'm just gonna give her another round. And I'm gonna use the same color, and I'm gonna give her another round. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think my orange-haired girl here, I'm just going to make sure she goes up to that hinge. Same with this yellow-haired girl. Nice. All right. Set this one aside. Bring up the blue ones. And let's get some hair on these girls. All right, starting with the yellow. Got water ready to, there we go. All the way to the top. It's got a little something right there. Well, it's like a orangish color. We can just deal with that in our own way. Okay, I'm going to use that same orangish color. Way up. Another kind of a bun. Good. I'm going into a brown color. And I'm giving this one a little side swoop. Looks good to me. Need to make sure I've got enough for the fold. I'm going to take a dry brush or a drier brush, and I'm just going to pick up some of this orange there because I didn't want it to run completely down over her face. All right. And going in for this one. And I think I'm going to go with a different brown. Might be black, not sure. Yeah, it's black. All right, it's all right. She's got a gray bun. What do you say? There she is. A little more color. Nice. All right. Now, I'm going to take this one and I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to just hit them with the dryer. All right. They're dry and I brought you in just a little closer. So I hope you can see. I'm going to go in with my Sharpie Ultrafine. I do have my 0.01 Stettler, but this has a little heavier line, and for this, that's what I want. And we're going to be putting in just some basic little details of face and hair. How does that sound? All right, I'm going to start with her, And I'm going to start with her hair. So I've got some bangs. So I'm just going to fill in some bangs. And then it's kind of a floofy curly. So I'm just going to add some curls. Little, just swirly, swirly, swirly. And that's all. Now I'm going to bring some a little bit closer down towards her neck. There we go. All right. Now for eyes. Let's see. Do I have a piece of paper? Huh? Now, let's set this aside just for a second. We've got ovals, kind of like this. And like on this one that I'm doing, I've got bangs, kind of like this. And then I did curls, kind of like this. Right? All the way down. So here's about, between here and here, here's about my halfway point. When I'm making these faces, I'm just going to put like a C shape, a lid. About an eye space away, a C shape, a lid. I'm going to make a circle and a circle. For a nose, it's going to be real simple, like maybe a C and a C, just like that. And then for a mouth, they're all going to be different. But basically, maybe an upper lip, and then a little mark like that. Maybe eyebrows, maybe not. It's going to depend on how close that they are. And then maybe 1, 2, 3 little eyelashes, 1, 2, 3. And then maybe just some dots. That's going to be basically what I'm doing for the faces. So I hope that just makes it a little bit clearer. So let's go back to her. So I'm going to make a little C shape. And an eyelid, a little C shape, eyelid, circle, circle, two little marks for a nose. And I'm just going to give this one a smile because she looks so happy. And maybe just 2 little bumps for lipstick, a little eyelash, barely dots. Okay, there's one. Here's another one, okay? So she's got kind of a swoopy bun and bangs. And I'm just going to make some swoops. And then just kind of in a bun direction. Just like that. Little C shape, top lid, little C shape, top lid. Little bumps, and I'll give her an upper lip with a smile. Just like that. How about eyes? A circle and a circle. Okay. This one, she's got like dot, dot, dot hair. So I'm going to make some bangs. And then I'm just going to make some dot, dot, line, line, line. Going every which way. Yep. Keep in mind when you're making hair, you're going to have to cut it out. You know what I mean? So, there. I like that hair. It's kind of crazy. And I'm going to give it a little C shape and an eye. Little C shape eyelid. And I'm just going to give this one a U for her nose. And just like that for her mouth. I'm going to give her some eyebrows. Don't know why. Just looks like she needs them. A few of these little eyelashes. Nice. And this girl, she's got like quite the little bouffant. Let's give her some bangs. And I just made that loopity loop for a change. And I'm going to give her a few little curls right here on her face. And then I'm just going to give her kind of waves. Looser waves. They're really just scribbles. All right. C shape, upper lid, C shape, upper lid, eyeball, eyeball. I'm going to give her like a little upside down number 7. There's her little nose. Big smile. Little bit of lipstick. Nice. Okay. Now, we're going to work a tiny bit more on the faces, but not just yet. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these little doll babies out. So, grabbing some scissors, and I find the easiest way to cut these out, I'm going to turn it around. Remember those marks? I'm just going to go straight down those marks. And there. And now I'm going to go around the hair. There's my throat. So I'm just going to bring out a shoulder. Coming up on this side, sort of looking at where, and bring out a shoulder. She may need to get slimmed down a little bit, and that's fine, but I can always make it smaller. I can't make it bigger. So until I get her completely cut out, there. Yeah, she's a little big. Let's bring her up a little bit. And there's my little doll baby. Now, I've got 2 white pencils and they did not work the last time I tried. I'm going to see what they're doing today. I don't think they're working again. So I've got more, but we're just going to grab a white pasta here. I am just going to put a little whiteness on each side of the eyeball. Just like that. And then, now you can use colored pencil. You can use a marker. You can use whatever you want. I'm grabbing just some pastas because they're handy. And I'm going to give this one some green eyes. So I'm just going to fill in the eyeballs with some green. There. Let's leave her to dry a little bit. And let's grab our next little girl. All right, so I'm going to start with her hair. And bring around a shoulder. Kind of looking where I have that. And cutting around her hair. And there. Let's get rid of some scraps. And I'm going to grab my white. And I'm going to go on. I can really only see one. I'm going to put a few dots there. A little bit of white on each side of her eye. And I'll grab the blue. And I'm just going in the eyeball. There. Let's let her dry. Let's do another one. Round her bun. Honey bun. And nice shoulder. Kind of looking where I started the one on one side. I am not measuring clearly. And there we go. Grab the white. She looks a little broad, doesn't she? Let's just trim her down a little bit. Just a little. That's better. Now, a little bit of white. Got the green. Set her aside. One more. She's probably my favorite when it comes to the hairdos. And we're not going to make her as big as that other poor little girl was. But I like their gowns. Kind of floaty, kind of cool, kind of makes you wonder where they're going. And taking the white, just a tiny bit. That's why a white gel pen or whatever you have will work out fine. I'm going to go with the blue. Kind of forget how many have blue eyes and how many have green eyes, but it doesn't matter because they're not going to be in the same journal anyway. Well, now, what do you think? Aren't they kind of cute? Now, you can go ahead and embellish these. You can use washi tape. You can use Posca markers. You can use little ephemera, whatever you want. I'm going to leave them because I don't know what journal I'm going to be putting them in. Maybe I'm going to want to put birds. Maybe I'm going to want to put flowers. Something to tie them into a journal that I haven't made yet. But just to give you an example, I am going to pull one aside and I'm going to, I didn't pull any warm colors out. Let me grab a warm color. And I'm going to just grab this red just for an example. You can go ahead and maybe give like this little collar or opening like she's got a gown on and this is showing, and then maybe a couple buttons. See, I mean, you don't have to go crazy. Just do what you want. You can go crazy, but just that much compared to her, you can see the difference that it does make. But these are nice journaling cards that fit into a journaling pocket. They're fun. All right. Should we go ahead and just do the blue ones quick? Sure. Let's grab the blue ones. Here we go. Nice and dry. Very, very good. I'm going to put the faces in first and the hair. So I'm just grabbing that same Sharpie that I used before. And I'll go a little bit faster because I know now you can see, but can you see the difference? See? All right, here we go. I'm giving this one curly bangs. Yes, we got the curls, girls. Scribbles. That's all I'm doing. Scribbles. There we go. C-shape eye. C-shape eye. Little nose. Nice smile. Little upper lip. This one. Well, let's see. Bangs. Scribble bangs. And it looks like she's got kind of a bun going on too, doesn't she? Well, we'll just make her her hair like this, lines, and then do the bun shape. Little C shape, lid, little C shape, lid, little nose, little mouth, eye, couple of eyelashes. Good. This one, I'm just going straight up. It looks to me like she's in one of those old-fashioned dryers. Remember those old-fashioned hair dryers? Or maybe kind of a Bride of Frankenstein hairdo. Hey, she's happy. That means we should be happy. And I'm bringing her hair down just a little bit down here. C-shape eyelid, C-shape eyelid, eyeball, eyeball. And she's got a little smirk and some lips. Last one. And she's got, well, I was into hair buns, wasn't I? And bangs. But she's got a curly bun. Yeah, she got it on Temu. She just clamped it right on top of her short hair and said, I love it. C-shape, C-shape, big round eye, button nose, and a smile. All right. Fill them in. Let's do it. It is a little bit handier to work on the faces when it's hooked all together. And I'm just going to do this in a little faster style. There we go. And they're all going to have blue eyes. We got blue clothes on them. And as I say, the chances of two of these in the same colorway being in the same journal, pretty small. Pretty small. All right. Turn it over. Give a cut. Right where I made those marks. I don't want to smear their faces. That's why if I'm seeming a little hesitant. Alrighty, ladies. Cutting around the hair. Aren't these just adorable? Oh, I think they are. I really do. And down she goes. I can tell she's way too wide. We're gonna bring her up a little bit. Sorry if I was cutting where you couldn't see me. I didn't mean to do that. This paper is a little stiff for cutting, but that's okay. We did it. There's our one. Now, you could be doing this with just cardstock. You can do this and get faces from magazines if you're just really, you know, having some anxiety about faces. Go to a magazine. Plenty of faces in a magazine. But you can see I do not spend a lot of time laboring over their faces. And here's our little Bride of Frankenstein, looking just as cute as ever. Just getting around the throat area can be a little challenging. Okay. Well, girls, 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 aren't you just cute? And look. Well, if you found this helpful or inspirational, I hope that you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. I look forward to seeing you in another video right down here. It's picked out for you.